Welcome Ji. Let's start Kotlin tutorial. So today I am going to discuss on inheritance. In the last lecture, we have discussed on the class how uh, the syntax of in the Kotlin, how we can create a class, and what are the different way primary constructors, secondary constructors, how we define a property, how we define a setter getters. Okay, so that was the last lessons we learned about the Kotlin classes, the way we are create Kotlin classes. In this session, basically we're going to discuss how we can implement the inheritance concept in the Kotlin classes. So the first is the inheritance is the basic object oriented programming principle. The definition of inheritance is, let's give we have a one class that have a defined some field, some property, some function, and this another child class want to inherit some fields, some function. So in this way we can achieve through inheritance. Inheritance is the mechanism, the way through which child class or derived class can inherit the member of a class inside a derived class. Okay, so uh, how Kotlin offer to get the inheritance feature. Okay, so whatever you are writing in Kotlin classes, just like in the Java, whatever write any class in a language like Java, all the classes are by default is the subclass of your object class. Object class is the superclass, and they define some common method like equals method, hash code method, and these are method automatic inherited for each and every object in Java. Similarly, in Kotlin, all the classes in Kotlin have a common superclass known as a any. Okay, this is the any class. This is the default superclass of your class. Okay, let's key we have written like a class example. So if you're not specifying any super type manually explicitly, that means by default this class is the subclass of your any class. The any class is a superclass of this class. If you define any explicit class, that is the inheritance single inheritance chaining will initiate it. So this implicitly inherit from any class, and whatever the common method like equals method, hash code methods, that is already defined inside the any class you are getting. Okay, so this is the one thing. First things, all the classes in the Kotlin is the subclass of your any class. Okay, and the second point, by default, by default, all the Kotlin classes are the final. Okay, you mention or not mention any access modifier. If you're defining any class in the Kotlin, by default it's final. That means you cannot inherit. Okay, this is the same definition in a programming language Java as well. As if you define any classes, okay, if you make a class as a final, that means key you won't want any other class become a derived class for me. So similarly here, all the classes by default are final. That means you cannot inherit. So to make class inheritable, mark it with the open keyword. So in Kotlin by default support, you don't go with the inheritance. If you want to inheritance, you explicitly mention, specify the compiler ki I want to this class can be inheritable. Then you have to mention the keyword you're open. Okay, until you are not specifying manually, all the classes are a final, means you cannot inherit. Okay, so if you want to make any class can be inheritable, then just make a class is open. So class is open for your inheritance. Now the Kotlin compiler know, okay, this base class can be inheritable. But in the case of example class is by default final. You cannot create any subclass. Let's see if we write class example. So this is the very minimum syntax of a compiler and the Kotlin, and you can create the object of object of example equal to example. You know कि in Java, just like in Java there is a concept of new keyword to create object. When in Kotlin there is no need of new keyword, just create the class name and the parameter. And now here println you can get object dot, these are the method to string hash code equal, these are the methods already available for you. Okay, and if you look, this method is your defined in this any class. Okay, any class. So any class is a public open class. That means by default all the Kotlin classes would be the subclass of your any class. Here in any class the common function like your equal method, hash code method, toString method are defined, so that key any object inside a Kotlin can be invoked a toString, equal and hash code, and all are the open. That means you can override as well as you can override equals method, you can override hash code method, you can override your equals method as well as. So that's it. Let's key you want to like class my CLS class subclass my subclass, and in the Kotlin you want to use a colon keyword to make extension. So this example extension. So here Kotlin compiler say, okay, this class has a constructor, but this must be initialized. So here we have not initialized constructor, but this is the type final, so it cannot be inherited. So this is the by default, you mention or not mention, by default is a final class. Okay, so please ensure that whenever you want to get a going to create a inheritance behavior, the first you have to open this class. Okay, so mm, by default all classes in Kotlin is final. Okay, so you cannot inherit. So how to inherit? So you can like another class let's key base class, and here write your open keyword. Now you write a class drive, and here you can write extend your base. Now you are able to make a override. So here let's key here write some constructor. So say base base constructor, base constructor. Similarly you can write your constructor drive constructor. Name, let's key string. Okay, pass string. We pass name. Primary constructor calls are expected. Super. What are saying? Primary constructor call expected. Okay, okay, let's leave it. I'll again come here. Okay, so in this way you can say ki you are able to here just set base dollar here, what variable you pass. Okay, so here you can just write the object of your drive class. Let's key hello John. And now you can just create your drive class, and then superclass constructor invoke and superclass are initialized. Okay, so this is the keyword used to inheritance. Okay, so here we have to declare an explicit super types and place the colon after the class. So this is the keyword to start your inheritance. Okay, and inheritance your base class take your integer variable, so you have to pass this integer so that base class constructor also initialize. So whenever you are going to create the drive class constructor, first base class constructor going to base class, you have to pass the base class constructor, the base class constructor initialize, and then you can drive class. So here say let's key init println base class, and here you say init drive class. So whenever you are going to create your object, well, a equal to drive class. Okay, and by default your first drive class constructor, before going to drive class, your just okay, here your base class need one kind of one argument, so you have to pass one argument name here, and this way you can also ensure before going first your base class then drive class. First we are going to create object of drive class, but you have inheriting from base class, the base class going to first construct, and base class have a define a primary constructor here, primary constructor, then you pass the primary constructor object as well as. So this is the same here explain key. First, what if you want to initiate your inheritance, First you have to open your class. Second, in write your derived class and use the your not extend keyword but your colon, and write your base class name from where you are going to the make a inheritance. And if base class defines some constructor, base class define a primary constructor, so you have to pass the primary constructor value as a value, so that the primary constructor invoke. And after superclass object created base class, then your subclass object is going to create. So here, like if the derived class has a primary constructor, the base class can must be initialized right there, okay, with a parameter of primary constructor, just like we pass name. If the derived class has a no primary constructor, then each secondary constructor has to initialize base type using the super keyword, okay, or delegate to the other constructor which no. So this in the case of different constructor you can pass. Here let's example, we have a one view class. Let's say they have a two constructor. One is the secondary constructor, one argument and a two argument. If you are going to make a derived class, and here you have to write a two secondary constructor, you have to also initialize. Here let's say one class. Let's give you we have a two constructor. Let's constructor is one argument constructor. Let's okay. Okay, view construct. Okay, and let's you have to first open it, so that key open it, and let's give we have another constructor. Let's give two argument constructor. Okay, a comma b. Let's give a. Okay, and now let's give you define the mm, class my view subclass view, and you want to extend your view interface. Now we have to they have two constructor, you have to override two constructor one argument. Let's key one argument, and here you have to invoke your super one argument constructor, you have to pass here. Okay, maybe. And similarly we have to write another constructor. Let's key two argument comma j comma, and then we have to invoke your super your two argument constructor I comma j, and then you have to write println comma v my I j. You have two argument pass, here we pass one I. So in this way you can say ki we have a, if your secondary constructor have one argument two argument super constructor, and you are going to define same inside your subclass, then you have to also invoke the superclass constructor. Okay, here you can say like my view, let's keep pass 2 comma 3. Sorry, okay, comma here. So here first your view class constructor invoke, and then your my view class. So uh, here we are invoking a two argument constructor. Thus my drive class two argument constructor first going to invoke, and then is we have a so this is subclass, they are going to invoke superclass two argument constructor first. The first this constructor invoke, after completion of this, then my view constructor invoke. Okay, the same things you are getting in the output. So this way your superclass constructor for view constructor AB than your my AB constructor. So in this way you can say ki constructor maybe primary constructor. If you have a primary constructor, then you have to pass with the help of this place itself. If you have a secondary constructor, at that time you have to know super keyword to invoke the superclass constructor. And sometime while the overriding we have a while inheriting, generally we are writing kind of some overriding, some maybe methods are overriding some field set property as well as. So so let us define first thing, what do you mean overriding? Okay, what is the meaning of overriding? The Kotlin require explicit modifier for overridable members and override keywords. Let's see here, we have one super class. Okay, here define one methods like key f1, and in the subclass you are going to define the same method in the f1. Okay, so in this case you say ki you are giving the, if you are not writing any method inside your subclass, this is automatic inherited and you can access. But you want ki I can don't want to the definition, what definition given by your superclass is valid for my subclass. So you want to say I want to override, I can define the same signature method inside my subclass with the new definition. Okay, that new definition known as a overriding means you are giving the new definition of your methods you are inheriting from your superclass. If your business logic is same, you don't need to have options. So let's example here, we have a class shape. Okay, class shape, let's say class shape have a method like fun draw. They just like a println draw shape, draw shape. Okay, let's we have another part like a circle. Class circle want to extend inherit from shape. So here what say? Okay, you have to say shape should be open for inheritance, and now you have a shape have a primary constructor, and now you can let's give write the same function fun draw. Here you say uh, draw circle. So you have a now this is the say draw methods hide the super type shape. Let's see if you not drawing here, so still you are able to create let's see while c equal to circle. Okay, here we are create a circle object and c dot you can invoke a draw function. So c class circle class already have a draw function, but this draw functions return output like a draw shape. But here I want to draw circle class draw should be not shape, that should be circle draw. Then you have to write the same function here. Not you want to use the inherited function here, not use the this draw function inherited from your superclass. So you have to here first by default note, by default all the function as well as you can say if you want to make this can be overridden, then you have to open this function. First we have open this function and then you can override this function. Okay, So first you have to, oh, you cannot getting override. Still say, still say draw in shape is a final and cannot be overridden. The by default all the method defined inside a class known as a your final method. The final method cannot overridden. Similarly, final class cannot overridden. So you have to first open your open so that I can override. Now you say ki, this draw function I am not using the inherited one. I am going to use from my overridden. I in this circle class I have given a new definition. Signature would be the same, just like as a superclass. So whenever you are defining same method inside your subclass, look like as a superclass, and this is known as your overriding. If you run it again, so this is also known. Now this is a draw circle. So whenever you want, I want to inherited function, inherited method, but I don't want the same business logic or definition given by your superclass, your base class. So you can give the new definition. Giving new definition of a particular method that is defined inside a superclass known as a overriding. Of all the method by default in a Kotlin class are the final. So you have to first open so that it can be inheritable, and then before going to override the method, you have to write the keyword override. Generally other language like Java, we have not, we assume that this method is the override, but here Kotlin specify that this is the override method. That means this is the new definition given by the circle class. So similarly here example we are given. So override modifier is required in the circle data. Here is the override method say कि this draw function is overridden from, means कि this draw function is already defined in is the superclass shape class. So I am going to redefining this function. And in this shape class draw is same signature of a draw, same signature of draw function already. So this is the by default final. The first we have to open as a for overridden. So if you're missing, the compiler would complain there is a no open modifier for this function. Okay, this method is a same signature in the subclass are illegal with or without override. Okay, so you cannot define the same signature inside your subclass without overridden. So open modifier has a effect so that we can add a member to the final class. So we have to ensure that by default this method or this class are by defaults are final in Kotlin. So if you want to inheritance, first you have to open the class. If you want to override, first you have to open the method as to overridden. And similarly this by default this overridden, if another subclass, if I define another subclass, so by default this is the open, so you can anyone can inherit. If you want excuse me, if you want any the key in this superclass, you have defined one function, and in the subclass you defining the same method with the same signature. First you open it, now this is the override, now this is the by default. So the override keyword itself open. So if you write override, that means by default it's open, and that's in his subclass anyone can override it without need any. If you want don't my subclass can override, then you have to manually write the final keywords. Okay, so it may be overridden in a subclass. So in the chain of a class to class, sometime you want to restrict our sub this function a1 defined in base class is open for your inheritance in subclass, but I don't want this function again inherited by his child as well as. So for that you have to manually write your final keywords. let's key like another class here, uh, class semicircle circle. Let's key extend your circle. Okay, now, so by default this class is final. The first we have to open it, and now let's key you can open for your derive for the your semicircle. So here is no need to manually open. By default, this is the open. So this starter. You can by default in subclass you can. So in this chaining happen. Your semi then circle. So if you want to restrict, I don't want to override this method. You have to write manually final. Whenever write final, no, this is not allowed to override. This is not allowed to override. So here you cannot override. So now you are getting the inherited function for draw circle, right? So in this way, you can control the level of your method overridden. Just like in any Kotlin class, you can define the method like function one, function two. You can also define a property one, property two. So Kotlin also often you can override the property as well as. So overriding property works in similar ways, just like as overriding method. Property declare on the superclass that then the redeclare on the derived class must be preferred as the override keyword. If let here is the variable your vertex count, and in a subclass again you can define vertex count, but you want to give the overriding. So you are first you have to open, and then you have to override, right? So they must have a compatible types. If this is the integer, so this would be your integer by default. Okay, and declared property can be overridden by the property with the initializer, or maybe property with the getter setter. All the places you can do. Like here, say key you have declare like a variable one is the let's key well count. Let's say count of integer. Okay, let's initially we have a count of 4. Okay, so in this subclass, like here, you can say, well, and first thing here you can access the count. First things without declaring any variable here, if you want to access your count, you can count. Okay, if you run it, it will access, not an issue. But sometime the default value is a 4. Okay, but I want to the value should be different. Not this is the first shape would be the 4, but my would be the let's give not 1. So you you are going to defining the same variable here. Okay, so here say okay count hide in the super types. Okay, so you see and needs override modifier. If you want to give the same, then you have to override. So first you have to override override. But you know see this count is the by default. Okay, so count in shape is the final and cannot be overridden. The by default you mention or not mention, this is the your val keyword, bat keyword immutable. This is the final. So you cannot override the final variable here. So you have to first open it. Similarly, like you have a open it, and now it's override. Now whenever let's see I am going to here, this is the circle for one. So if you run Okay, this is draw circle one. Okay, two times draw. This is a circle. Okay, so in this way you can your override. So we have an option. You can override property or you can override as a method as well as. And you can also you also override the val property with the bar property, but vice versa is not possible. If in super types have a bar, you can declare as a super type has a val keyword, you can re override as a var. Okay, so this is allowed because the val property is essential get method, and override is bar to additional declare your setter method as well as. Whenever you're defining the mutable variable like a bar keyword, at that time you have to provide setter getter both. But in the case of val keyword, this is immutable, so only getter you can override. So similarly, you have to use the override keyword as a part of your primary declaration in any constructor. Like if you have any shape interface, and here we have a like one value var count, and if this you can override inside the constructor as well as. So here's a key. We have a rectangle and override this to 4. Is the shape inheritance always 4. And similarly, if a class another class, and then you can to override shape, you can override your from where to ball l as well as. So here we have an option can be set to any number, not an issue. So here you can see one interface like ABC. Here you can define any, let's key well keyword, define the count. Let's this is the integer in interface, and let's give we have a class abc impl. Okay, abc impl, and you can say shape abc, and here you can say here we have options. Here you can say define your override your count. Okay, override your count, and here you can the initial value, let's say 4. So in this constant is overridden at a primary constructor level. This is the default. This is the option. The default value you can put initially 4. Or if you can say class abc impl2, and direct extend your abc, and here we can not overriding in the constructor. Let's key I am going to override inside your this. Here you can say let's 3. So we have, and you can also change the, you can say if not well, you can also change your var keyword, not an issue. This is works. So you have options key. If any variable declare inside your interface, you can override at inside the class body, and you can also change from val to bar keyword. And you have also options. Sometime you have writing a primary constructor, at that time you can also override. So this is the place where you can override the property of a class or interface with the primary constructor or inside your class body as well as. So we have also we can derive class is initialize an order. Okay, you can say during the constructions of a new instance of a derived class, the base class initialization is done as the first steps precede only the evaluation of argument based constructor, and thus happen before the initialization of logical derived class. What do you mean? If you have a sub base class, you have a subclass. So whenever you are going to create the object of your base class, then first object going to create for your super class base class. After completion of initialization and constructor, then your subclass happen. And here we have a options like let key class base is one. Let's give we have a one attribute like name. Let's click well name primary constructor. You have a name string. Okay, and here in constructor have we have a kind of initial init block. Init block here you can write init block of your base one. Okay, and here you can define some variable like int like a size your int. Okay, let's give while size of your int, and what is the initial value? You can say initial value is the length of your name, so you can say name dot length equal to initial value. And here you want, so in this let's key you are trying so going to make your open it so that you can open drive and drive one extend your base and base class. You have to pass one primary constructor. Let's key name. Let's key name your string and comma. Let's key uh, one another variable well last. Okay, this string, and here you pass your name, and here you can also have a init block, and here you can say print ln uh, init block of drive one. And here we have options, so you can let's key declare this is the same override, and let's key this length plus your name dot length just straight. Okay, so here now we have options key. First key, whenever you are passed in the this size variable earlier with that, you can say key, you can access your size variable with the super dot key, super dot your size variable plus your last name dot last dot length. In this way you can initialize, but here say key size variable is defined in the unresolved symbol. You have a, here you have not to open. Okay, and so here you have to say override base. This is the base one. Okay, so base one should be base spelling this base one now. So in this way you can use this variable, you can access the this size variable with the super keyword as well as. So okay, and the last you have the two constructor. Oh, hello. So in this way, this first your always a init block base class, then your drive class. In this way, we can let's give on to print the size here. Then you can option where I have a print this. I can say like also print then drive $1 it. So you have an option, you can key initially what the value, and after the what value you can also print if needed. So this way, this is the function kind of also option key initially. This is the value of your base 1 5, and this is the try. This is the this size variable is defined with the help of your name length whatever you pass, and this size variable override with the super size name plus your last name. In this way you can use the and the same order, first init block of this, then init block of this. So here it means by the time the base class constructor invoke, the property declare are overridden in the derived class cannot at initialize if any of those property are used in the base class initializations logic. Okay, so first always base class properties and initialization block are initialized, okay, through the overridden or open modifier, and after the completion of over a superclass, then your derived class initialization blocks are evaluated or overridden properties are evaluated. Okay, there is a sometime we have a options key how to call the superclass implementation. Okay, so let's key we have a one function here, and we have a defined one draw method in the rectangle, and we have a filled rectangle. Here we can just override this draw function, and here I want to invoke draw. So if you invoke directly draw, that means they are invoke the same function. Okay, I might make a recursive. So you want to say super dot dot means that don't want to invoke this, I want to super class implementation. Similarly for if there is any variables we have a setter getter, and you can also declare in a subclass variable like it, so you have to access this variable using the super term. The super keyword used to access your superclass overridden method as well as a superclass any variable. Let's here in this case I have a let's the same example. I have a class, let's key rect. Okay, this is the rectangle class. Let's key this is the open for, and this is the one function here draw. And in this draw you have a like a uh, println rect draw. Okay, and just you open it so that it can be overridden. So in this class we have a sub, yeah, fill rect. Okay, fill rect and just extend your rect. And here we have an option to your override your here we have a superride, and then you have a option uh, fill rect draw. Always write your primary constructor. Okay, so in this way if you are going to invoke here bel f equal to this, and then f dot draw. So here we have a invoke the superclass constructor first, then your subclass constructor. First superclass, then subclass constructor. If you have some let's give variable, like here we can declare variable any well color, let's say might be your string. Okay, a string, you can say, and you can define your getter method as well as. Okay, println get function in hook, or here say you have to return, let's say any color name, right? Black or blue, whatever. So here we have color. Now here in just you want to uh, get the fill color, like well, fill color, let's give on, and that should be a string, and you can here just override your get method. Here say println uh, fill color, and return. Here you want to say return with a super dot color. So in this way you can access this color for black, whatever the value return here. And if you try to access f dot let's key your color, fill color, println. Okay, and so here say if you are accessing the fill color, so first your fill color invoke, and then internally you have to invoke the your here uh, your subclass. You have to invoke the super dot color, not return any value. So just go to the super class rectangle class and return black. Those black value are initialized here. So in this way you can use the super keyword to invoke the super class overridden method, or super class any property defined. So we have option to access super class implementation in the subclass. That means key inside subclass you can use this superclass draw function or superclass any property using the keyword super dot web property or super dot particular methods. And there are some time we have a by default first thing no ki Kotlin one class can extend only one class, can implement override only one class. If you have two classes you cannot Kotlin not support, but maybe one class and another interface can be supported. Okay, so let's here say uh, implementation inheritance is regulated by the following rule. If a class inherits a multiple implementation of the same member from its immediate superclass, it must override this member its provide own implementation. Okay, so denote super type for which the inherited implementation is taken. Use the super keyword to invoke from the super class, and so that's in this way we are trying to say. Say let's key class class A. Okay, class A. Let's class A have a one open fun f1. Okay, and you can say println f1 f1. Okay, and that's key. Let's you marks open, and now the class b inherit a, and then you can override. Okay, here override. uh, that's okay. But what happened, let's give we have a another class like we have let's key sub so write this b class, and b class just write open, let's key f2. Now we have a two class. Okay, and now we are going to write one class see that inherit a class, and it's good, they can do override your f1. That's good. But you can say here you cannot write like a b as well as. So in this say, okay, only one class may appear in the superlist. So let's here we define the a class, we define a class, here we define the b class, and the c class you are overriding the both here. So this is the not feasible. Okay, multiple inheritance is not feasible, but currently say you can multiple implementation can be feasible. So let us write one interface that's key bi, and interface can define the fun, let's key f1. Okay, f1 f1, this is the colon a. Okay, now in interface we have option, you don't need to by default interface are open, and by default all the function defined inside interface are only open, so you don't need to manually specify the open. Now you can implement your b1 bi, and now you have, okay, okay, uh, and now bi have a, this is the, so question is now this a also have a function, your f1 b also have a, so if you how to override. Okay, so this is the rule you can do. Okay, so here you can search just like if you want to super, so directly not to use the super dot like your f1. Okay, so which super they are in. Okay, or you have a super dot f1. So this is the kind of oh, so here options you specify here, this is I want a class, this is I want a bi class. So in this way you have to, and here you can you define interface, you can define like here here bi interface implementation. So in this way if you let's key cut and just invoke the super dot f1. So this is the confused which super they are going to know. Okay, many super type available, please specify one you which angle bracket with the which. So due to that this a class, just I'm writing to the down, so that, so here this a class also have a f1 function, this b1 class also have a function. So here we have a one class a, okay, one interface b, can implement C class can implement both. What happen if both define F1, both define F1? If you say super F1, which super? They are confused, this or this one. So Kotlin say, to solve this problem, just take the help of your class name or interface name, which function you want to know. So this is the way you can write this way. So here say I want to A1 class here, or I want to invoke from your interface, BI interface. And now we have to create a C object and invoke function from C object, and you can invoke cc dot your F1. So in this way, we can Kotlin can solve this ambiguity problem. Which function are they going to invoke? The while using the your super function, please specify your types, which class definition you want to invoke from this function. So this is the one kind of rule you say. Okay, so it's fine to inherit both rectangle. This is the class. This is the interface. Okay, but both they have their implementation of a draw function, which we need to override. Here we have override in a square, so its own implementation. That is the solve your ambiguity using a super keyword, rectangle, and polymorphism. So hope it's clear to you. So what till now we have discussed how the Kotlin is support to the inheritance. By default, all the classes in the Kotlin are of final. You cannot inherit it. Similarly, all the methods defined in the class are also final. You cannot override. So first we have to open it. Kotlin enforce always don't use inheritance. Okay, if you want really inheritance, really override, manually specify now this class I want to override. So for that we have to first open this, and then we can override the inherit the classes. In inheritance, you can use not extend keyword, but you can use a colon, and you can uh, defining the inheritance. Any inheritance kind of option, you can override your method or override your property. Override method means the same signature as in the superclass. You are defining the subclass known as overriding, and you have to use the override keyword in the Kotlin. Similarly, in the variable, same variable defined in the superclass, you can define inside your subclass. You have to first open this variable and again define in subclass as a override keyword. And the Kotlin does not support कि one class can inherit from two classes or three classes at a time. Only one class can inherit, but Kotlin can offer, you can extend one class, inherit from one class, and inherit from multiple interface as well as interface one, interface through. And Kotlin interface are, you can also define some same function, so class might be. So there is a problem solved by the super keyword. So inside your subclass you can use super keyword to invoke your superclass method or superclass variable or superclass constructor. So similarly, this keyword used to invoke the same class constructor, but here super keyword used to invoke the superclass primary constructor, secondary constructor as well as. And the while the going to inheriting your classes, you have to use your uh, primary constructor while inheritance itself. So these are the kind of concept we have to remember. Only one thing, see, Kotlin support inheritance, single level of inheritance you do. Okay, single level of inheritance you do, it's allow. If you want to allow this inheritance, you have to open the class. Similarly, you have defined the same function here. You want to define the same function here, you have to override this function as well. If you want to define the same variable and you want to override the property here, you have to override property as well as. And same level of inheritance happen. You want to break something, you have to manually write your final keywords. But Kotlin also offer, you have one class can inherit another class, or can simultaneously inherit another interface but not class. If you try to another class, if you another class try to inherit, this is not allowed. And in this case, super keyword used to specify which function, which variable you are going to refer. So thank you again. Here like to say thank you for watching this video.